Good morning. So I wanted to talk a little bit today about some of the wage theft ordinances that have been popping up around Florida. We've got a couple down in South Florida in the Miami and Broward County region. We've also got a wage theft ordinance with the city of St. Petersburg up here a little closer to me. We've also got a Pinellas County counterpart to that, I believe, as well as a Hillsborough County counterpart to that. So you have to make sure you check and verify the city ordinances depending on your specific location with both the city and county that's applicable to the location of the actual employer. So if you live in Sarasota and you work in St. Pete, your job site's going to be covered under the St. Pete ordinance, even though Sarasota does not have any type of wage theft protection. What you'll find is that it's in the more metropolitan areas that you have these types of ordinances. So the rural counties don't necessarily have that. So I live in Sarasota County. We don't have anything of that nature. There's no city or county within Sarasota, or there's no city within Sarasota County that actually covers that. So only if you work somewhere else. To the best of my knowledge, there's only a few. I think there's 6 counties that protect that, but you're always going to want to make sure. Now, what are the benefits to working through one of these city or county ordinance programs as opposed to filing in court in circuit county or circuit civil court or county court, depending on the amount, or even small claims court, depending on the amount? What is the benefit? Quite frankly, I think it's an enormous benefit. First of all, it's free. And that cannot be underestimated, because when you're talking about $300 and you've got to spend, or even $3,000 or $30,000, and you've got to spend all sorts of money to get in there, it's very difficult for an employee who doesn't have a lot of resources to be able to protect themselves. Employment attorneys like myself will take that on a contingent basis. Depending on how strong the case is, I may ask for cash to file. I may ask for cash for expenses. It really depends on the strength of the case. So you have to kind of make that determination on how you want to proceed. I help people through these city and county ordinances. I think that particularly when you're talking about commissions, you want to be in these city and county ordinances. Take a look at the actual ordinance. Make sure commissions are a part of what they deem wages. But you want to be there, because the way in which Florida law treats commissions makes it very difficult to prove that all of the conditions precedent to a commission employee receiving their pay have occurred. So if you if you make a sale and that sale takes a year, maybe it's a construction project, maybe it's a 4 or 5 year contract. If that sale isn't fully completed, you may not have met the conditions precedent to receiving your commission. So you're going to want to make absolutely sure that you're not spending tens of thousands of dollars on attorney's fees and looking through discovery. And it's probably going to be tens of thousands. I mean, you could probably get into court for 10 grand and get through to mediation. But if I have no proof in front of me, and all I have is your conjecture, I don't have sales reports, I don't have sales receipts. The building is, there's an empty lot where we see this alleged sale that took place. I'm not going to invest my time and money into your case without some type of evidence. And that's what's very difficult about being an employment attorney, and how I choose what clients I select and who we invest our kind of bankroll in. So you come to me and we've got evidence, and it's going to be a lot of money. So every case we take, we're investing time, we're investing money. And when we go through these city and county ordinance programs that have limited discovery, just enough to get us through, it really is beneficial to making things happen and getting some kind of result. So contact an employment law attorney anytime you have a wage theft issue. You are protected. It is protected activity under Florida law, but again, there's jurisdictional issues with the regular unpaid wages issue. So if your employer doesn't meet the definition of employer, then there's no retaliation provision. So you really need to talk to an employment law attorney before you start down this road. And I offer free consultations, and I'm happy to help you with that process. If you have any questions, give me an email or comment on the video. Thanks, guys.